Hello, YouTube. Sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I've had school, so I've been like busy and stuff. And yeah. Um, and if I sound a little bit different, which you probably can tell because I'm using the camera's microphone for this, put images, you know, when I'm talking and stuff. Yeah, if you can't tell by what's on the screen in front of you, I'm gonna do a review on Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure. Like I said, if I sound weird, I've had a cold or something, so yeah. The movie, it came out, what was it? Today is the 10th. It came out the day before yesterday. Yes, I'm recording this on August 10th. I'll upload it in a few minutes, well, when I get done with it. So the movie, it came out, yeah, the 8th in the U.S., because I'm obviously in the U.S., and I bought it. I already saw the movie on YouTube. I just wanted to wait till it released in the U.S. to do a review of it. And guys, if you do not want spoilers, which this review will contain, obviously, do not continue with this video. Like, click off of it. Like, if I doubt it. I don't know if any of you are UK viewers or not, but if you're a UK person who hadn't already seen it or doesn't care or cares about spoilers, then you don't want to watch this video because obviously this review will be full of spoilers. So yeah, I'll give you 5 seconds to click off this video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright, so where do I begin? First of all, I guess I'll start with the plot. The plot, I mean, this, to be honest, my favorite special in this order, it used to be Thomas the Magic Railroad, The Great Discovery. Yeah, those were my two favorites. I like The Great Discovery because it was just a pretty good end to the model era, and the story was alright for Sharon Miller. But Thomas the Magic Railroad, I kind of count separately in the special since it's technically a real movie. And I like it because of nostalgic purposes. My director's cut, I'm not going to do it. I'm thinking about postponing it until I get a grip on doing YouTube stuff. I've got a grip on doing YouTube stuff. I just need to start doing model stuff, like doing remakes with my engines. We're building a layout and stuff. It's nowhere near done yet, so that's kind of why I haven't done anything with my engines. We might lay down some tracks so I can run them. Maybe have some videos of it's running without the stuff in my layout. But yeah, tell me what you think in the comments. But I think I'm going to postpone my Thomas the Magic Railroad for a while. You can still audition and all that stuff. I'm going to postpone actually starting it because that's pretty much what I've been doing anyway. Alright, enough sidetrack. Let's get to the plot. Alright, I'm going to summarize the plot. Let's see. Okay, so the movie starts off with Thomas pulling Eddie and Clarabelle down the branch line. And he sees Birdie and he races him and stuff. And Birdie and like Thomas goes on the like the track's being repaired. I think, yeah, something's not gonna be exactly accurate. The last time I watched it was 2 days ago, so yeah. But I've watched it a lot and I like it. It's my new favorite special. It's that good. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, the track's broken, so he goes on the switch and Toby yells at him. Then he like gets back on the main line. Well, that was branch line. And Birdie then has a delay. He gets stuck behind Oliver, the excavator, who was returned from the pack. And the pack was one of my favorite things as a kid. Not one of my favorite things, but one of my favorite groups in Thomas. I didn't like Construction Machines, but since it was Thomas, that instantly made me like him. And I like Jack and Alfie's personality. I compared it to like me, my like reaction to my friends at the time. I was like in what, second grade. But I liked it, and I like the Alec Baldwin one where he narrated it. I also have the U.S. DVD or VHS, can't remember, of Michael Angelos doing a few episodes for the U.S. I like what Michael Angelos did a few episodes for the U.S. Um, Again, enough sidetracking. So yeah, and then he says, "Oh, I'm sorry," gets out of the way. And then the cool thing is he turns, and there's the Reverend W. Autry riding along on a bicycle. Uh, yeah, they made a model of the Reverend, so it is the 70th anniversary of the Railway series. And then Thomas the Tank Engine franchise as a whole. So yeah. Uh, yeah, like I said, I may sound weird because I had a cold recently, and then I feel fine now, but then my nose is like still stuffed up and stuff. I can do a pretty good Henry right now. I'm stuffed up. I'm sick. Special call Sharon Miller. Yeah. Uh, all right, where was it? Yes. So they reach Farquhar. I think it's from Farquhar. Yeah. Just that slight enunciation of the syllable. Uh, and Bernie tells him about the new branch line. Eddie and Claremont think that they're going to close. Tom Pat's going to close Thomas's branch line, but of course he doesn't. And then, right. And then it cuts to Marion. Yeah, I said that weird. But Marion, who she's going along to help construct the new branch line. It runs from Augsburg to Harwick. Uh, and then she runs into Toad because she sees the small railway engines, and she like freaks out, and she runs into Toad and like hits him in the face with her bucket. That had to hurt. There's a lot of hitting train stuff in the face with stuff in this movie, as to find out later. And she like freaks out. She sees Mike, Rex, and Bert. Yes, they're in this movie. That is one of the reasons I bought the movie. I'm like, I could just watch it on YouTube anytime I want to, or I could go through the hassle of getting a DVD I only use once, then use it a few years later. DVD. Let's waste some money. It's not really waste because it's the best movie ever. Yeah, it's better than like Star Wars. I haven't actually watched Star Wars ever. Yeah, hate me, guys. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why I'm getting so sidetracked. And she freaks out. She's like, wait, are they real? Like, Mike's like, of course we're real. I can't do Mike's voice. And she thinks of freaking magic engines, and that made me facepalm every time that comedic thing came up. Because I know it's for the kids. I have no problem with it. It's fine, but it just made me facepalm because it was so stupid. But Marion is the comic relief, so yeah, and I do like Marion's character. Yeah, so like she makes some remarks about Oliver, how he would be useful as a digger because she can't see how he's going to help building the new branch line, but he's obviously bringing ballast up there to lay the tracks. So, and this is another thing with Marion. So then it comes back to Thomas. He wakes up at Tidman's sheds, and he has to go get Gordon's coaches, but he's still sleeping. His fire won't start. The dialogue that Mark Morgan sets is obvious reference to a season 1 episode, Thomas and Gordon. And it's a nice little thing for the 70th anniversary, I think. Yeah, like I said, sorry I'm talking weird. I have a cold. Well, I had a cold, sorry. So he goes to get Gordon's coaches, and like Gordon keeps insulting him, so he says, "Oh, silly little tank engine. Well, this silly little tank engine, yeah, is gonna take the express today." And he just freaking goes without. He doesn't put the coaches behind Gordon on the platform. He just like goes, and then the signal is red, and then like the points switch, like coaches are one way, so they kind of fall off the tracks. Emily gets stuck, and Toby yells at him and stuff, and causes like a big delay and stuff. And then it cuts to the new branch line. Oh yeah, I don't know where this scene fitted, but it was somewhere. But Donald and Douglas are back, and Duck makes a whole reference of, "Oh, you haven't been in this here. It seems like ages since we've seen you two." Yeah, it makes a reference that Donald and Douglas haven't been in the series for a while, and I'm really glad they're back in the series because I'm serious, they're some of my favorite characters. I loved them as a kid. I just like to watch the episodes with them, which is like 3, like the original 3, Breakman. Sometimes I get the U.S. and U.K. titles mixed up. Whatever they are, the 3 episodes, you know. And it was really good. From now on, I have to try to imitate their voice actor, which I'm not too good at. I can kind of do who is it? Who does? Yeah, I can kind of do Joseph May for Thomas. And yeah, all the UK guys are like, "Oh, I don't like the US." Well, no offense to them, that's their opinion. I'm like, okay. And all the popular Thomas fans who are US are like, "Oh, I don't like the US. Trucks instead of cars, and Ben Small instead of like whoever Joseph May." Ben Small doesn't do it anymore. I'm like, well. No, I don't know what to say, but even I used to use trucks and stuff. I basically did like the U.S. voice cast more because obviously I'm in the U.S. But I'm serious, like, and I saw a video a guy made. I think it was Fizzled Firebox, U.S. versus U.K. Thomas voice comparison. The new guys to do them, and like most of the people, from what I read, avoid. Yeah, I can't talk because of my stuffy nose. Voted for the U.S. Thomas voice, Joseph May. I'm not saying that's bad or anything about what you like. I know it's your personal opinion, so I'm just saying I personally like the U.S. voice cast more. I like U.S. terms, conductor, cars, switcher, which isn't really used in the show, switching, which isn't really, yeah. U.S. terms for the Americans. America. We eat hot dogs and fire guns. So yeah. Man, I'm hungry. Guys, alright. Seriously, if I get sidetracked one more time, go ahead and slap the screen. Okay, now, where was I? Yes, so it cuts to the new branch line after Thomas crashes. Oh yeah, after I know it's fitted. So yeah, the whole scene with Donald Ducks. Then it cuts back to Thomas. So Thomas had to shebang the damage, and he like freaking goes ballistic on Thomas. Like, so he sends him away to work in the construction yard and brings in Ryan, the new tank engine. I love Ryan. He's an awesome character. He's the best new character. He's my favorite new character introduced. I'm serious. He is a clone copy of Stanley, but he's like more personality. And yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I guess because he talks more and doesn't, and like everybody doesn't praise him, he just gets on with it. And I think because everybody doesn't praise him like they did Stanley, is why I like him so much more than Stanley. Bachman Ryan 2016. Hashtag it, guys. Hashtag Bachman Ryan 2016. Yeah. So, so Thomas is sent away to work at the construction site. Now, then it comes back to the new branch line, and we see Donald is going along the line, but the track is cracking underneath him, so they stop him. They have that air raid, sorry, the sirens, whatever. They block off the line to reroute the track. Then it comes back. Yeah, Thomas, it shows the small railway engines again, and Thomas is like puffing by him, and 12 minutes already, better make this quick. And he talks to them, he tells them what's wrong, and they basically start singing and stuff. Yeah, I'm going to kind of go out of as much details as I've been doing for now, because I got to speed this up. 12 minutes already. Yeah. So, Thomas goes on a freaking drug trip, because, like, while they're singing, he gets dust from the gravel hopper. So, now we have two Sonor drugs, which appear in this movie. Bad coal and arsenic dust. That's what I call them. So, yeah, Thomas drugs. Yeah. So, basically, when he gets to the construction site, Ryan is there, and Percy takes over the passenger duties of the Farquhar branch line. So, Thomas is like, oh, can I go home now? No, sorry, that's wrong. I'm trying to tell the order. So, Thomas gets there. He says, oh, I'll push these cars of rails and sleepers over there, because rails first, ballast after. But it's really the other way around. And so he pushes them. He doesn't see the danger sign. And this is pretty much reminiscent of Down the Mine, too. He falls down the hole because it collapses underneath him. His driver and fireman jump out like a boss. Like, screw this, I'm out. And I think it's really amazing the animation they did for, like, Thomas going down the hole. And it's really kind of funny because the cars, the rails fall beneath him. He lands on the rails, so he's kind of going down the rails. Then the ties holding the rails down snap, and the rails kind of lead one way, which lead him onto another car, which lead him onto another car, which lead him onto another car. He lands on a car of sleepers. That goes flying down a hill, obligatory slow motion shot. He hits the ground, the lamp and the side rods and everything shattered. He doesn't like self-destruct. But, stuff's on him is broken pretty good. He's the pirate ship. He's hauled out, so Tom Hat yells at him again. He's sent to the steamworks. And one of my favorite things in this movie, it's probably the smallest one, it's the stupidest one, but, like, Kevin, like, Victor's threatening to fire Kevin as a joke to make Thomas feel better. Like, Kevin was, like, spazzing around, he fell over. Edward came in to tell him about what Rocky, quotation marks, had found. Well, what Rocky had quotation marks found, that's the correct way to say it. And then Thomas flips out about that, but Edward just stopped. Hey, did you hear about the news from Arlsburg? Looks at Kevin. I fell over. Yeah, that was stupid, but I liked it. And basically, Thomas goes ballistic. Everybody's going ballistic in this movie. I tell you, man. Since Rocky found the pirate ship, and I love like Donald Douglas like freaking saying nonsense. There must have been a way to get the old ship. Yeah, oh, I laddie, yeah, I can kind of do a Scottish voice. Nonsense. There must have been a way to get the ship in the cabin. Yeah, I can't paraphrase exactly. Aye. Maybe it was open to the sea and the entrance collapsed. Kind of. I can't do the voice right now. Uh, on a side note, here's the voice. Oh, hey laddie, you can't know what you mean. Wait, I can do it. Ah, hey, Dougie, you may have noticed something that young painters forgot. What did they forget? They painted brand new numbers on our tenders, but not on us. You mean, Karen Douglas, that we could just that. Behind you east, here's the inspector. Yeah, that's my Donald Douglas voice. That's the one line of the railway series I can do really good. Tell me what you think. Okay, yeah, I'm getting sidetracked again. Okay. So yeah, they put the ship on display in Arlsburg Harbor, and Sailor John and Skiff see it, and they're introduced. And yeah, let's see what comes next. Let's think. Yeah, okay. So basically, Thomas is just working at the construction site and stuff, and he feels bad since like Rocky found the ship, but he actually did. So he's like kind of mad and stuff. And then Ryan shows up at the construction site. Percy is doing the duties on the Farquhar branch side, and he's like flipping out. He's really mad. So he's like, "So Tom Hack, can I go back to my branch line?" He's like, "No." So I'm saying like a lot, like. Okay, so that night, Thomas sees oh yeah, well then it shows Henry being afraid because the Sailor John and Skiff go by one one night, and then that morning, Salty tells him the story. I really like the animation and the Salty's dialogue for the story. Yeah, and then 17 minutes, gotta hurry up, and then so basically Thomas the next night he meets up with Sailor John because he follows him, and they decide to work together since like Thomas found stuff like oh we're friends now, so they do, and then Sailor John abuses Skiff. I really love this scene where Thomas like pushes Sailor John and Skiff back to the harbor, and I love I love the I love the transition shot of like Thomas slowing down and Sailor John and Skiff like going to the water. That is a really good shot. Uh, yeah, and basically, like Thomas helps out the construction yard. The next day, the dynamite Ryan. Thomas doesn't warn Ryan about the bad coal because he had some bad coal the other day, and Ryan goes to the docks to grab cars of dynamite, and he comes back and the sparks from his funnel light it up. There's a whole hot potato thing of the dynamite, and yeah, that's a really good scene. And Thomas finally like pushes it as fast as he can towards the hole, but Ryan gets stuck in the way. But he switched onto another track just in time. Buster somehow looks out of his window and thinks Thomas is chasing Ryan with the dynamite. Yeah, Thomas. I mean, so Thomas is just being a jerk to Thomas in this movie. So after Thomas saves the day, he gets in trouble again. So he goes and helps Sailor John and Skiff again, and then Marion happens to dig up the treasure, but she thinks it's a box. Yeah, she. By the way, she trapped Mike and made a wish to get the box. She thinks he's magic, and like Mike like freaking lost it. It was funny, and I've got seriously. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to hurry up. And yes, basically, Thomas tells him what happened to the treasure because Marion found it in Sailor Tom Hat's office. And Sailor John flips out because he thinks Thomas stole it, but then Thomas tells him what happened to it the next day. So he goes to steal it. There's this epic chase scene. It's actually this chase scene is my favorite in Thomas history, and it's really cool. I was considering making an MLG of it. Yeah, and it's really cool. And it's just yeah. Basically, Thomas stops them in the end. They save the treasure. The branch line opens. The end. Yeah. And Skiff, I really like Skiff. He didn't want any part of it. Some of the characters. Sailor John is voiced by John Hurt. He's the villain. Yeah, he's not gonna appear again, I suppose. I really liked him. Hey, guys, you know what? Sailor John was put in jail for arresting treasure from a helpless trade. Well, maybe that's the thing the doctor wanted to forget, not the time war. Yeah, get it? Eh. Hell yeah. Um, yeah. By the rate this is going, I'm gonna run out of pictures to put on this thing. Okay, 20 minutes. Okay. So then, we have Skiff. He's the boat on wheels, and he's nice. He doesn't want any part in stealing the treasure. He thought Sailor John was going to give it to a museum, and he doesn't. So yeah. And we have Ryan. I really like Ryan. I told you why. He basically is Stanley with more personality and not like liked by everybody and like praised by everybody. And we have Mike, Rex, and Bert, which technically aren't new. I love how they didn't say Mike, Rex, and Bert are new. That's really good of the marketing and the production team. That's good of them. And returning characters, we have Donald Douglas, Daisy, who makes a pointless cameo at the end, but it's nice to see her in here. She's Australian, by the way. Yes, Thomas, it's me. I can't do it. Sorry. Uh, yeah, Donald Douglas, Daisy, Oliver from the pack, Alfie from the pack. I love his voice. Right, Marion. Wow, how could a ship have gotten in there? I love Alfie's voice. I'm used to Michael Brandon's squeaky kid voice, but I really like his voice. And Jack sounds like a Twisted Tom's Charlie voice and Busted Buffers. Yeah, right. Yeah. But all jokes aside, I think the voice is fitting for Jack in the U.S. Let's see. That's all the new characters, and like I said, and now for some like things I have problems with. I don't have problems with anything, and I have like canonical problems. Like on the chase scene, Ryan is puffing along, but when the rope is caught on his buffer to stop the ship, which I'll get to in a minute, he slams into a buffer which pulls the ship over. And if he was on that track, I didn't see any switches. How could he have been on that track going forward? Was he basically back onto that track and went forward? I don't know. And another thing, how did Sailor John get the ship on the car, on the flat car? How did he get the ship on the flat car all the way up to Gordon's Hill? And to use it to chase with. And how did when Thomas yells Express coming through to chase after Sailor John's skiff, so does it work like it does with Ball Trades? What if Gordon just went that way without derailing, even though the points were set against him? I don't know how that would work. And I suppose like trades, I don't know how that works. Tell me in the comments. Well, I know I sound weird because my nose is stuffed up. Yeah. But those are the only goofs, nitpicks I have with it. But overall, this movie is amazing. I rate it 8 out of 8, mate. It's great. Get it. This is a must-have for any Thomas fan. I plan on having this, and years later, when I have kids, when they like Thomas or not, I'm going to force them to watch all my Thomas tapes.